Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019. This is Classics Rider episode number 25. We open up with the Tour of Norway, the Arctic race. 4 stages. The first one, slightly punchy. I'm the favorite, but, looking at the profile, it's going to be really hard with a short, not so steep climb. 2K, 5.5%. That's really difficult to get away. We'll have to be right at the front when we start that climb. No team support necessary. We just have to go for it. Stage 3, much better opportunity to go after the win. And stage 4, there's actually a little small punchy climb even closer to the end than stage 1. Stage 4 looks better than stage 1 does at this point in terms of opportunities. But we will go ahead and skip straight to the end of each of those 3 stages, as really the build-up to them are quite simple. So let's catch the end of these 3 stages and see if we can get any of them. I think stage 3 is a given. I should win that one. But stage 1 and 4, maybe not. As we move into the later stages, 16K to go. Breakaway just now getting pulled in, and I've got a small plan on what to do here. So Pugy and Gonzalez are coming to the front, and I'm going to go ahead and take just those 2 and lock in behind them. And I want them at the very, very front, and I want to go third wheel so that when the time comes, I can attack. Now, more than that, I've still got Solano for protection, and that's fine by me. He could stay put. It should keep me fresh heading in. I want to attack this sprint point, which we're 3K away. I'd like a 3-second bonus. Actually, looking at this race going, we could probably win this thing overall. 1.8K. Pugy is done, so we're suddenly going backwards. Gonzalez, he's about done. Give me a little acceleration here, if you would, please. Okay, now it's 1.4K. Start to come forward. These guys are attacking this. I'll take 1. There you go. He's sit up. A little late on that sit up there, but thanks. Now, here's the thing. We're actually off the front already. We are off the front already. This is perfect. They're just now catching up, but this is where I needed to be to go for the stage. We have 1K to go to the peak. We've got 17, 18, 21 seconds, so we are pulling further out. The blinking red bar never really showed me where it was. We're down to 20 seconds, but we've got plenty of yellow to go towards the end. It's not going to be easy to hang on to. We have 6K to go. Let's use our gel now. It's not steep enough to recover at all, and there's a little uphill at the end, but I have stretched the lead somewhat. 24 seconds now. Let's sit up slightly. We're actually recovering a little red bar here. 3K to go, 26-second gap. 2.5K. I think 95. There we go. Gel kicks in. 28 seconds. 1.4K to go. We might just make it. 900 meters. Little uphill to the finish. We'll sprint just the final little bit. 28 seconds. 23 seconds. They're coming back at me, but we've definitely got the win. Definitely got the win. Nice. I was not so sure about this stage, but actually fighting for that little sprint point and them allowing me to do so set me up to then attack the climb itself. Chimolai takes second. Vendram takes third. Kalmajan there in 5th. Pogacar in 9th. Demarquis in 10th. Those are my main competitors for the overall. Edvald Bosenhagen, he's got a little bit of punch to him and is more of a sprinter. So I don't know about stage 3 necessarily, but stage 4 he could definitely be a favorite. Stage 2 is, of course, the sprint stage, but I'll have a little cushion here, a little lead. We'll see if they give me a difference on time. I'm trying to think, how far out were we when that sprint point happened? Kilometer 144, the finish was 154. So I did go more than 10 kilometers out. So I should be given that 20 or so second time gap that we were able to manufacture in this one. Which means I should have a roughly 30-second lead at this point, which is really nice heading into those later stages where I could potentially win again, which means, yes, I should be in a decent position for a chance at winning the overall on this one. Just with the nature of 3 of the 4 stages, ultimately. That's not 20-second gap, though. But it's a gap. "14 seconds. They pulled back a little bit there towards the end, but that's a 24-second lead. Well, 19 to Chimolai. 25 to the field. Okay, so they actually added a second onto that. Of course, the evaluation only good because they expected me to win, but being in the lead helps. That's victory number 20 for my career. Stage 2 again is going to be a sprint. I'm going to take the risk. I'll quick sim that. Hopefully we do hang on. If I'm in the leader's jersey, my team should treat me like a leader and protect me and get me over that line. That'll put us straight into stage number 3. And let's just go ahead and go there. Let's assume that we do pull off stage 2. I'll let you know the result when we get there. It's time to do something that I think I've long since needed to start doing. In career mode, I control the whole team, I manage the whole team, and everything goes according to a plan. But I get into pro cyclist mode, and even when I have the team support, things often don't go according to plan because I take over riders a little bit too late in the stage to get them to do what it is I want or need them to do. And by the time I do get them organized the way I want them, so many stages are already lost by that point. So trying here with 35 kilometers to go to bring the team to the front, which is easier said than done because the effort cursor, the attack cursor, they're not there. Those options, those icons are grayed out. So I'm left with fewer options on how to do this. But as we bring it on back down, I've got most of the team up here now. Just about anyway. Slowly coming up into place. Now Schoenberger is the only one who's a bit on the overly fatigued side at the moment. But these guys are essentially where they need to be, or at least just about there. And then I'm going to form up a train here early, and then we'll just keep it gradual, keep it gentle. We don't need to actually go to the front yet, but I need to get my guys up there. And you can see, actually, we're starting to see little splits in the field that if we weren't in position, I'd be losing riders off the back. And that would actually go really poorly. So let's go ahead and form now. Let's set the 99. Here's my plan for the stage. The climb, 5.3 kilometers. You can see it's just at the end where it starts to get a little bit steeper. That 7-8% gradient range. That's where I want to be attacking, not before that. A 5 kilometer climb is not good for me myself with that weak mountain rating. So I need help prior to that from Fellini, from Solano. So go ahead and follow them. They're going to pull me up the first part of the climb. Dyer Quintana is another one who's okay climbing. Not like his brother, but can get the job done. From there, it's all on the flat. And Gonzalez is definitely looking better today. And Schoenberger is going to use himself up now, not with a 99. But we want to bring you forward. Ooh, now that I actually have formed a train, he could do the increased effort. But from here, I can let him just kind of sit on for a number of kilometers, 25 right now. Just with the team close at hand. Don't slide backwards there, buddy. Okay, well, let's just go increased effort because that's not really working.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed.
Okay, and Schoenberger is done. We'll set him to auto. $19.6K to go. There's only one rider off front. I'd like to go for the sprint here and take a few seconds, but I've already got the lead. At this point, I just need to win out these last two stages to win the overall. So at this point, I'm not looking at anything extra. So 17.5K to go. That's brought me to the front, so we can actually sit up a little bit. Not looking to do hardcore damage before the climb, just be in the right position.
The pace has slowed somewhat. It's perhaps due to fatigue, but I'd bet on some sort of tactical
14K. Now I really only need those last 2-3 guys, so Puget almost done, but Gonzalez and Quintana need to still get us there. We will start to speed up a little bit here for the final 11 kilometers, but only slightly. I think 88's fine. Keep it on the front. Stay with Solano for a little bit so we can at least see a little bit more of what's going on behind us. Whole pelotons together, minus one rider off the back. And now we're starting to get close to it, so I'm expecting an acceleration from the field here pretty soon. 7K to go. 6.5K to go. So it's really time to start speeding up now. So Gonzalez, we're going to go with a 94. And Quintana is going to take over now. 95. Solano, let's go ahead and reset them. Okay, we begin the lower stages of the climb. You can see just how gentle it is through here. I can be solo by about this point, so I don't need to get terribly far with these guys. We're down to 3K. That's time to use my gel. Quintana's done. He did his job. And we'll go 97 now for Solano. Okay, 99. 2.2K. It's doing just a little bit of damage because he's strong enough here. 1.6. This is already the steeper part.
The riders are setting themselves up.
Okay, 1K to go. Just come around him. I'm going to save my final sprint for here. There we go. I think we got it. We're pulling away. 10 seconds clear. 12 seconds clear. Big group behind me. There's 2 stage victories. Little separation, 10 seconds. Not sure if I'll get any time gap because it's late. Fellini hangs on for 3rd, so you're welcome. And thank you. Got you up here as well. Likewise, you got yourself up here. Turn this around. There's Solano in the top 20 and 16th. Fellini will move up the order a bit. Hopefully he doesn't get some sort of co-leader status for the final stage as a result. That was a good team effort today. Extend my lead with that. Ooh, I do get the 10-second time gap, actually. Didn't really expect it because it was late, the separation, even though it was a hill stage. So that gives me a half-minute lead over Simolai, Benjame, and then Fellini up to 4th with the field at 45 seconds. And that field is really only 20 riders, Solano included. Puts me into the points jersey leader. Also the mountain, the KOM competition, and the under 25s, and the team. So we've got them all with one stage to go. Last stage, technically a sprint stage. So we'll see how the team treats that one. Again, just 24 points, but I should get more on the final stage. Still no offer yet. Waiting for Bahrain Merida to step in. Was Evo Pro the team that I was on first season? With this rider? It's hard to say. My series get a little jumbled at times, but I think that's what it was. No, Medic. That's the team I was on, wasn't it? Evo Pro was the other series. Okay, so like I said, it's technically a sprint stage, but looking at that profile, this is the climb. Can we see it here? There we go. It's only 1K, but it's averages at 6%, 8.1, and because the finish is so close after, I could potentially turn that into another victory. And if I can, even if I can't win it, if I can still be top 2 or 3, I'll have a good opportunity to claim, well, not all 3 jerseys. Somebody, they're calling that a Category 2 climb over and over again. Whoever gets into the break this stage is going to win the KOM. But I should have the under 25s, the sprint, and the overall. Potentially. 26 kilometers left to go. We're coming up on a sprint point here in just a moment, but there's a large breakaway. And then we've got 2 categorized climbs left. It's the same climb that we'll have just before the finish, and then we'll come back around through the area we're going through now before hitting it one final time, heading into the finish. Now, what's been happening over these climbs, first off, well before we even hit the 1/3 of the way point, I decided the breakaway was getting too far away, way too fast. It took quite a while for the breakaway to form, and it was doing some damage to the field. Once it did form, there were 6 riders away, and they got out to a big margin quickly. I've got 600 meters here, and I'm not sure where we're at on points, but the one rider who's away is Ghana, and he was close behind me on points, so I actually want to get this KOM jersey. I want all the points I can get my hands on. And there's the one rider. He's going to go over the top first. I'm not trying to actually beat the field. I was just trying to get up there. See, Ghana's up to 58 points now, and there's only 10 available, so he's actually just won the KOM. So the Ineos rider here has claimed the KOM. That was enough to do it. At least the breakaway has been caught, because like I said, they had a pretty healthy gap, and I sent a couple riders to the front to chase them down, and we did not have a very easy time doing that, but you can see we actually did end up blowing the breakaway group up, and the peloton. We're down to just 39 riders with that one climb left to go. So I've got Fellini in support now, Solano in support now. I did not start with them in support, but as soon as everybody else was gone from the group, they now, unfortunately for them, have to sacrifice himself to help get me there. So we have 8K to go. 8K to go, and I do have a decent chance. And actually, this is time. Let's do this. We're going to form a little mini trade here. Fellini is definitely looking better than Solano right now. So Solano hits 6K. So go ahead and go out to a 90. Put that pressure on. Get us up to the front where we need to be. Okay, 5.5. Solano just about to run out of energy just before the climb. Time to accelerate because I'm going to be on my own here in just a moment. So at least get the acceleration part done. Solano, thank you. And now Fellini. Coming up on it here in just a moment. I can't have him sprint, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to do it myself. Over the top, and away we go. Immediately out to a 10-12 second gap.
He goes. He's giving it one last go.
Okay, 19 seconds ahead, 2K to the finish, and it's all downhill pretty much.
The riders are setting themselves up.
17 seconds, 21 seconds. That's gonna be enough. Take our third stage out of 4 and the victory with another separation. 12 seconds is the gap to Vendrami. Hibbert. Fellini claims 6th place. Good for him. He'll keep his 4th overall. Kalmajan. Little separation here. I don't know if any of these time gaps will be given, even mine, as it technically was a sprint stage. But we definitely have the overall and the youth jersey. That'll be the points jersey. But it looks like I lost the KOM here on the final stage. Finished 2nd in that competition. 7 simple Category 2 climbs. It is a bit difficult to keep a small lead like we had. Especially with a couple guys that did have a decent amount of points already. Got into that break. So 11-second gap was given. Fellini takes 6th, so yes, he'll claim 4th overall. Just 18 riders left here. And there you go. We win by 50 seconds. Fellini takes 4th. He could have had 30. Just about had a podium. I do get the sprint jersey. Pagano does steal the KOM from me by going into the break. 2nd place in that competition. Of course, I get the under 25s as well. If you win the overall, you're obviously going to take the under 25s if you qualify. And sadly, as a team, though, we actually dropped to 3rd in that competition. Not a big deal on that part, but there you go. First, 2nd, 1st, and a 1st. That equals 79 points of progression. That's a good 4-stage simple race for us. And we get back up to full manager satisfaction for now. I'm going to go ahead and just keep this live for a little bit. And I want you to keep an eye on the news feed, as will I. We're going to look to pause the moment there's some sort of offer. We've definitely hit that week, that time, where I should be seeing offers coming in. My hope is we'll get one from Bahrain Merida here in the next few days so that we can move on up to World Tour status next season. Team Co-op losing some of their budget. Medic as well. No surprise on that one after spending a team with them and then leaving them, that their budget would go down this year after a huge increase last year. After the success that I had given them without me on the team, they dropped back down to their normal. Even if they signed some decent riders. Thomas going to Euskadi Morias. That would be a huge coup if it's Geraint Thomas that they signed. Can't think of what other Thomas would show up. Stuyven going to EF Education first. And yes, it is. Wow. It's only a 1-year contract, but still. Stuyven, 2-year deal for him. Let's clear this out so we can see as we continue. We still have at least 2 more days before our next race. Looks like maybe it's 6 days till the Deutschland Tour. We're heading to that one. Starting to get anxious. It's awfully late. Usually I've had a contract offer by now. Jumbo-Visma recruiting Sivakov, one of the top young climbers. Not sure how young Sivakov is, though. He might not be that young. I think he's late 20s by now. But a little bit of a late bloomer, I think. It's a 2-year deal. He signed. Arapaho cutting budget. No surprise, that's a team that really struggles in this game. And often is a sponsor that's replaced after a year or two. Still waiting. We're just 4 days away now from the Deutschland Tour and no offers yet. Is that because nobody can afford me? Or did I not have enough of an impact? I mean, we went from 19 victories to 23 in that race. We technically picked up 4 victories. We win 3 of the 4 stages, and then the 4th one being the overall, which is not something I do very often with this rider. But that Arctic race... Oh, there it is. There it is. We have an offer. We have an offer. And it is who you think it is. Okay, let's go to the contract page. 83,000 per month. That's a lot. See, I was a little nervous because we didn't quite hit green with them. Now, this race we just did would have boosted that, but that's all locked in by the time you hit August 1st. And I really didn't want to stay another year with the team we were with, so glad. It's only 30 points per season, but they've already got Michael Matthews, Vincenzo Nibali, Arthur Vichot. Might be competing with Nibali for leader status. But he's the stage racer. I'm the classics rider. Matthews will provide a lot of good support. He'll be the sprinter, but could also do similar things. He's on the punchy side, depending on the profile. So I'll have some competition, but let's definitely accept the deal. And there you go. You're moving on up. You can see here, rider type, Northern Classics. Reputation is Continental already, even though I haven't even reached World Tour yet. So we're up to a 78, so that's going to be... It's going to put me right up there with these top 2 guys, so I'll probably be one of the top 3 listed for the team. One more day till the Deutschland Tour starts. Before jumping into that, and I'm not sure I'm prepared to do that for this episode. I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to hold off on that. But before we end the episode, we're going to take a glance at a couple of things. go. Contract formalized, so we're good on that. Let's go and clear that out. Let's begin by taking a look at the team. Still fairly early. There's plenty of signing yet to do. But you can see here the team that was last year and the team that will be for next year. There's a lot of signing to go. But with at least six slots still to fill, we've already recovered the status that we had. Much better in hills and cobbles than the previous group. Very much missing time trial and sprint specialties at the moment, though. Riders that are out, Christoph, and he's already moving to Movistar. Rowan Dennis is moving to Movistar, so we're losing one of the stage racers. New into the team, Michael Matthews is the new sprinter, replacing Christoph. Personally, I like Matthews as a sprinter over Christoph, at least now. Matthews 29, Christoph 33, and Christoph has already really dropped off in the last year or two, even though he's, in real life, just now hitting the early 30s. He's lost a few pedals, right, between where he used to be to where he is now. And for a sprinter, that's really all it takes, from being at the top of your game to finishing 4th or 5th, 6th or 7th, stage after stage. Also, some end of career moves, a few of them. Ivan Garcia Cortina, that's actually a loss. That's a loss for me, because on a cobbled stage, he would be a useful ally. So that kind of sucks. But we are bringing in Daniel Oss, and that'll replace largely what we've lost in Garcia Cortina. He's got a little bit of punch to him as well, so that's helpful. I'll have Daniel Oss with me fairly often. Nibley down to a 75 now at 35 years of age. Arthur V. Show. Punchy guy. 75, that'll help. I'm excited with this move. I'm definitely coming in as the leader at this point of the team. Especially with Nibley down to a 75. Of course, it still depends on profile. In terms of classics, really the only supporter I have is Oss, and then on the punchy climbs, V-Show. But there will be more riders signed, for sure. This is not the entire team at this point. We still have 6 vacancies just to get back to the size of the team from last year. Second in the Continental rankings now. That's up a few spots from where I was. And we jumped to 17th in the Super Prestige. That's a pretty big move there. So, it's not bad. That's not bad. And in terms of victories, where does that put us now? So, we just increased our total by 4. That's a pretty hefty upgrade. We just went from Peter Sagan territory, and that's a low number for him. And he's with Jumbo Visma. Wow, that is surprising. Geraint Thomas with Lotto Soudal, obviously leaving and going to a Continental Pro team. Big surprise there. But Coquard, big winner this year, with Caja Rural of all teams. So he had moved over 20 victories, most of them continental. Grunewagen with Jumbo Visma with 16. And Thibaut Pinot, big winner this year. That'll be a big competitor for me as he's pretty punchy. Strong climber, obviously, but he's a bit punchy. Really, how does he rate? 82.77. I'm curious, is he really winning that many mountaintop finishes? But I'm up there into the top 5 now, and level with Tom Dumoulin, ahead of Froome and Lopez. So really liking where we're going with those victories now. And with that, right, we've almost matched last season. We still have 2 months of racing left to go. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.